Hello there guys, it's Tev1990 here and we are back on the West Somerset Railway and we are speeding. So, this is now part 3 of the To the Beach scenario. After the bit of a failure on the last video where I stalled the locomotive and I couldn't get it going for a little while, hopefully nothing like that will happen again. So I think maybe just adding a bit more throttle might there we go. So we are just over a mile out of our next destination of Washford, which is there, as you can see. And then after that, I think we've got that station there, and then we're at Minehead, and I think that is where the scenario will end. So we are hella behind schedule. You know, that's obviously due to the slight malfunction with the stalling of the loco and everything else. So like I say, we're hoping that that doesn't happen again. Hoping it doesn't happen again, but we shall see. Oh, anyway. Alright, we are now turning in. We're just under a mile now, so excuse me while I have to have a drink. Oh, I don't quite know what happened there. Right then. So we'd better get ready on the brakes and things. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go free camera. I'm in a tree. I'll go zipping off down the line. Get to the station. Ah, yes, I know this station. I do like the styling of the, you know, the stations and everything. It's very very nice. Have we got the name board? Ah, there we go. Washford. But yes, you will probably see this station a bit in another video. It'll be the Minehead Shunter video. Because as I'm sure many of you are aware already, but I will say it again, I do have 2 profiles on this game. My personal one, which I use to play it for my personal gain, you know, and then the one that I use to record stuff and put on YouTube for you guys, you know. because what I do in the videos, or what you see me do in these videos on the YouTube one, it will be totally different to what or how I've done it on my personal one, you know. Right, so we've got the throttle off, and I'd say first application. But then again, that's potentially too much. Oh dear. Don't quite understand why this is green and the rest of it's that grey colour, but there we go. Right, let's put a stop on it there. There we go. Right, and we are going to unlock left. Happy days, we're just waiting for everybody to get on board now. Oh, that's why, because it's grass. But it doesn't sound like grass. It sounds like concrete. Oh dear me. Right. We best get ready, hadn't we? So we'll sit down on the thing. Straight air brake. I don't want the straight air brake. I want the first application. Right, and I need to now lock the doors, so we'll lock the left doors. They're all locked. Release the brake, and so we are running really behind schedule. It's now 13:32 and we should have been at this place called Blue Anchor at 13:27. So we are extremely late indeed. Like I say, after that incident with the stalling of the loco and me not being able to remember how to get it started again, and then I eventually did, that's kind of put the for want of a better phrase, kind of put the brakes on things. And slowed us down. So to be honest, thinking about it, I think that was the problem in the first place. I think I was trying to start off with one of the brakes still applied, and it just totally messed the loco up, you know. But there you go. Must do better. Right, we are really speeding now, so I've just had to apply the brakes. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I can set over there and I get the driver's brake, and then sometimes I have to set over here to get it. I don't quite get that. But there we go. So we are 1.5 miles from Blue Anchor, and like I say, if memory serves me, I think Blue Anchor is the last stop before Minehead, you know. So just before I started recording this particular video, I'm speeding again. I'm too busy messing around with the outside view. Yeah, just before I started recording this video, I just happened to be on Facebook, and I found my way onto the page for Train Sim World, and I saw that the developer has on the launch day, I think it was, got to have been on the launch day, was actually at the West Somerset Railway, you know, where you could see oh, it was at Minehead Station, I apologise, sorry, excuse me, and he'd got, it was on a console that he was doing it on, and he'd got the game set up to be pretty much in the exact same spot at Minehead Station, you know, which I think was, you know, I think that was bloody good, that was. So, and I've seen a lot of people that are, you know, berating him and all the rest of it, but to be honest, yeah, okay, I've spotted a few flaws with the game and things like that, but, you know, end of the day, it is still a good game, you know. I can't find any major faults with it. Okay, I know we spotted one when I stalled the loco, and I was trying to get it going, or just before I stalled the loco, and I was trying to get it going again, and it was going absolutely crazy, you know. We was up in like 200 mile an hour and things like that, and we weren't even moving anywhere, you know. So I think that's a bug within the game, but hey, you know, these things happen. Yeah, but there's all these people, you know, proper having a go at him and everything for doing something that he loves, you know. Just because it's not how you want it, that's, you know, neither here nor there, you know. And it takes time to be able to put things like steam locos and stuff like that in, you know. And as for making it, you know, multiplayer and things like that, I don't quite see how that's going to work, you know. But, you know, I'm sure we'll find out when and if that does happen. I'd be quite interested to see that. But no, I think the developers for this game and everything have done a really good job. You know, they've made it, in my opinion, I think they've made it the best they can. Yes, there are a few little snags, but you're going to get that with any game, you know, even the best of them. I mean, what, a game coming out within the next few weeks, I think, Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, I don't know whether I'll be downloading that for myself, you know, and if I did download it, I don't know if I'd be putting anything up on YouTube about it, because like, I want to try and stick to like simulation type games and things like that, but you never know. Yeah, just as a look at it, you know, it might be interesting. Who knows? But when that game comes out, even a company as big as like Rockstar are, you know, that game's going to come out and it's going to have quite a few flaws in it already, you know, that you know, that they're going to have to address. The only problem being is Rockstar is a big company, you know. I mean, they've got offices worldwide kind of thing, you know. Yeah. Whereas, so far as I'm aware, to Dovetail Games and all the one, you know, everybody that helps out on the Train Sim World stuff, you know, they're quite small time compared to, you know, like Rockstar and everything. So it is going to take them a while to figure out all the snags and sort them out and everything like that, you know. The trouble with people today is they want everything instant, you know. Because everything is instantly at our fingertips. I mean, you know, a lot of people will have smartphones and everything now. You know, I know there are still some people that don't. You know, I myself have a smartphone, and yeah, the wealth of knowledge at your fingertips is incredible. You know, and it is there pretty much instantly. You know, so, and like I say, that's the trouble with people today. They just want everything just like that. You know. So, anyway, enough of my ranting and whatever else. Let's just have a quick look around. Something I do like, and I've always loved them, is the old style level crossing gates. I think these things are absolutely beautiful. They are fantastic, you know. Oh dear. And I did actually have a set for my layout that I had, you know, when I've still got it somewhere, you know, but unfortunately I don't have the time. Oh, here we go again, look. Okay. Uh-oh. Right, what have I done now? Oh, here we go again. There we go. Right. But yeah, no, I've don't really have the time to be messing around with that. I mean, you know, you could argue that, well, you've got the time to be making videos and putting them on YouTube, you know, but that layout takes a hell of a lot of setting up, you know, and this doesn't, you know. So, and plus the fact that the layout is actually still at my mum and dad's, and I'm not living there anymore, you know. So, although I have been asked by my dad a few times, when am I coming round to sort all that stuff out, and it's like, yeah, you know, I'll sort it out at some point, and I still haven't. You know. I mean, it's his old layout as well, that was the thing, you know. I got it till I kept asking for a train set for birthdays and Christmas. You know, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? Like a train set. You know, train set. And it wasn't a thing of, I don't, you know, not a wooden one or anything like that. I wanted like a proper Hornby type one, you know. Yeah. And it was like, oh, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do then. You know, have to see what Santa brings you. Yeah, and all this lot. And it, you know, never happened. You know, and then one day my dad turned around and says, "Do you really, genuinely, you know, want a train set?" I'm like, "I do, yeah." You know, otherwise I wouldn't keep asking. You know. And it's like, right. He says I've got. This is my old train layout. He says it's still at your grandma's. I was like, okay. And he says, you know, we'll go up, you know, next time we go up, we'll get it out. If it still works, then we'll, you know, we'll see what we can do for you. And the next time we went up, because originally I lived in Gosport, which is just across the harbour from Portsmouth, for those of you who don't know. And my grandma, I mean, she passed away now, but she lived in Sutton in Ashfield in Nottinghamshire, and that's now the county that I live in. You know, because me and my mum and dad moved up here in 1999, when my dad retired from the Navy. But the next time we came up to visit my gran, we got Dad's old layout out and started running some of his old, you know, locos on it and everything, and it still worked reasonably well, you know. I was like, right, we'll take it back down then, and you can have a train set. You know, you can have my old one, and we totally remodelled it, you know. I mean, this thing's on an 8-foot by 8-foot board, you know. So it's not too big, but it's not too small either. So there's plenty of room on it. And yeah, I had that in my bedroom down south, and then I had it in my bedroom up here as well. I used to spend hours just playing it with it, you know. Absolutely hours, you know. So, and I've got a few of Dad's old locos for it, and one of them is it's a Flying Scotsman with, as it says on the box, realistic light up firebox and exhaust sound. And basically it's something in the tender of the Flying Scotsman. As it's running along, you can hear it making the sound like it's chuffing, yeah, you know. And then obviously the firebox lights up and things like that, you know. I've got a GWR pannier tank, and then ones that I then got myself were, I got a Virgin diesel. I think it's a class 50, I'm not sure. I was actually brought that one, you know, and to be fair, it did see a fair bit of action. It wasn't too great on the line, but you know, it was okay. I was then brought the Duchess of Sutherland, and the motor and everything was inside the tender, and if you put the loco on the line, the electricity that used to pass through the wheels, obviously through the line, would then illuminate two lights on the front of it, you know. And then what else did I get? I think I got some kind of LNER tank engine. I'm not quite sure which one or what type of tank engine, but yeah, and like I say, I had that going for absolutely years, and then obviously, you know, as time wore on, it was taking up a hell of a lot of space in my room, and so I started needing more space, so it kind of got packed away, you know, and it's now residing in the garden shed. So I keep saying I'm gonna get it out, test all the track, yeah, and see if I can get it going again, because me girlfriend and the eldest absolutely love trains, you know. and so I'd like to get it going just so that I can show them it, you know. But I don't know, we'll have to see how that goes, really, you know. Right, so we have just arrived in Blue Anchor, is it? No, it's not Blue Anchor, it's Dunster. Oh dear me. Now, I'm sure one particular time I was sat here at this level crossing on another scenario, and I'm sure I heard in the background Thomas the Tank Engine's whistle. You know, and I say it was on a scenario that I was. It was on my other account, on my other profile. So, right, brake is released. Doors are closing. And we are going. Oh, speed in. I'm not paying attention to the flaming speed limit, am I? Numpty. Oh, now we've got a good... There we go. Right, now we can bolster it up. So, yes. But we'll have to see how we do with that whole getting the layout out and everything and seeing if it works. Because, like I say, it takes a hell of a lot of setting up, and I've got to actually get all the stuff for it, you know. Because some of the stuff, it got thrown, kind of thing, you know. Because, you know, wires became exposed and God knows what else. Anyway, so we are now on our way to Minehead. Yes, back to the game, by the way. We are now on our way to Minehead. We should have been there nearly 10 minutes ago. You know, hey ho, can't have everything. So, and then that'll be the end of this scenario. You know, this has been quite a long one, you know. I mean, oh, excuse me. So yes. Oh, right. I think this is actually one of the longest scenarios I've actually done so far. You know, I've not had one quite as long as this. Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to show you guys. For those of you who will have been to these places and things like that, I mean, I know the girlfriend used to go quite often to one in Skegness. That's actually Minehead Butlins that you can see in the distance there, like the circus or the big top like type building there, and these are obviously all the chalets and things. The railway actually does pass straight by them, as you can see, and it does in real life. That is also where my favourite band formed up you know, back in the day. Well, not back in my day, but yeah, kind of thing. So, right. That band being Status Quo, they formed at Minehead, but they weren't called Status Quo then. I think they were called the Scorpions or the Traffic Jam. I get confused as to which one. You know. But they knocked around a bit as one of these names, and then they decided on getting a new name, and they came out with Status Quo, and then they had their big hit with Pictures of Matchstick Men, and that launched them into a fantastic career. And you know, listen to all the songs and all the rest of it. You know, it's yes, I do enjoy listening to them. So, oh, I do like that bit. That really does set it for me, you know. So we are going to stop, if we can, pretty much on the mark, or on the money, because we are now on the straight and narrow, you know, with regards to the gradient and things like that, but we seem to be slowing down, and or a hell of a lot more than what we should be. So I've just got to put a bit more throttle on just to counteract that. I'll take the throttle off because I know the brake was on, but let's just put the throttle back on. So yes, so we are now literally at the end of the scenario. It's the longest one I've done by far yet. So, and I'm really looking forward to the next one, because I know what's coming, you know. For those of you who haven't got the game, you won't know, but for those of you who've got the game, you will know. And I'm rather looking forward to it, because it does involve the Class 9 and shunting. So I think we'd better put the first application on. I think we'll just let it come to a gentle stop on that. Oh, look at that, pretty much on the door. Right, so we'll unlock the right doors. I'll just let everybody on and off, and I think that would be when we have unloaded everybody and loaded people. That I think that'll be the end of the scenario. I can't imagine we're going to have to go back up, you know. I mean, if we are going to have to go back up, that's going to make it a bit more interesting, you know. So, but yes, where where the developer of the game had been set up, I think it was about here, because there was a picture of the turntable in the background, and I think he got the game set up to just about here as well. So, right. Anyway, there we go. Well, that's it. There you go then, guys. We are finished. And I've got all ticks on that, even though I was late to some of them. Okay, don't quite get that one, but oh well. So there, guys, hope you enjoyed these 3 parts of the video for this scenario, and we shall catch you in the next one. Bye for now.